Dukes, I'm keen to unpack a bit about your money journey and change gears a little bit. Can you talk a bit about how your attitude to money has changed over the course of your career, which I know you're in the Navy for like 20 years before starting your business, and then over the course of your business career as well?
I happily do that. I mean, my parents were, come from poor working class families, and so they just had to scrimp and save and do what they needed to. So I learned some lessons from them for sure. But one thing they did, they always invested in themselves and in their education. And so my father used to have a wonderful bookshelf. And so I just get on there and read books, and that very much influenced my thinking around wealth. My father was good at making the money. He had a professional career. He was an engineer, and my mum was a homemaker, but she was really good at saving. So I got to see how they did that. So that influenced my thinking around finances. Money wasn't a dirty word. It was just something like, health or something else. It was just a thing. Had no lesser or greater energy than anything else, really. One of the big things for me is I originally studied went through university to become a dentist, and I did that for 18 years and loved it. And when I graduated from university, I went, I'm going to make some cash. I'm going to make money here. And I thought I had a sense of responsibility. And there's a saying it's a Bible saying actually that says, "To whom much is given, much is expected." And I always took that sense of responsibility quite seriously. So I thought, I'm going to make money with it. I want to make sure that I'm milking this thing as much as possible. So I said, where am I going to go? So I just started picking up some books and reading about wealth. And the thing that imprinted on my brain was, this is like a 21-year-old, was the earlier you start, the bigger the bang for buck you're going to get down the track. So I got this sense of urgency that I needed to get some answers. I needed to get onto it really, really quickly. And the thing I realized is I knew that I didn't know. I could ask my parents, but then there was a certain amount of bias in there. So I read a few books, got some ideas, and I went, you know what? I need to go to someone who's an expert. So I yellow pages at the time, got in there, got a financial advisor. This is literally, I left uni, first week of uni, I was drunk for a week, which was cool. And the next week I gave myself an uppercut and said, okay, you got to get serious now. You're going to go into the community. You're going to have to be serious, right? So I just went and got a financial advisor, sat down. They did a game plan with me. I went, okay, that looks pretty cool. And at that point was something around dollar cost averaging, and it was going to shares or managed funds, should I say, is a better term. And so it was just about the consistency of doing that over time and being patient with the results. So my thinking around this is, if I don't know the answer, do my own research, but then go and ask someone who's already got a proven pathway, who's already done it. I feel like for me, I've got this sense of urgency around time that I don't want to waste time. And I see a lot of people scrimping and saving. I think one of the biggest things that got imprinted on my brain was this saying that poor people save money by utilizing their time, and wealthy people use their money to save time. And so I went, isn't that interesting? How can I leverage this? So I may as well go to someone who's already walked the journey and been doing this for ages and ask them, what do you reckon? That's what your business is around, to do something like that. And I got a plan, and the plan was working great. So just putting things away until I did some dumb things and made one mistake, which basically cost me a couple of years. And before I gave myself another uppercut and said, all right, you got to jump on board and get back into this thing and start going again. But I think that's the sense of responsibility to go. No one can ever, just like your health, people abdicate their responsibility for that. But at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to you to take ownership for it. And, it's relatively simple. It's simple, but not easy. But
yes, like all the good things.